been cut already?
This isn't the biggest bag over the head punch in the face I ever got. God damn it!
I tend to cry a lot with things.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm not gonna do what everyone thinks I'm gonna do. Flip out, man.
Whoa, hey, you don't want to embarrass yourself, buddy.
Oh, wait, he's threatening me now, tough guy?
He's threatening you, Jerry.
All I want to know is who's coming with me.
What's up, everybody? This is Steelers Sanctuary Podcast. I'm David Korb, joined by Trent Ging. Trent, the Steelers finally made their 53-man cut down. I'm not happy with some things. Couldn't help myself. I was like, all right, I gotta talk. I wasn't on last night with you guys, so I didn't get to really talk much. So like,
yeah,
I gotta talk about this today. So, thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. I know you're busy, but well, yeah,
no
there
problem.
we go. Vaughn, pour one out for Beanie. Yeah, not happy. But we'll go position by position. Obviously, Trent, we know that, we know who the quarterbacks are going to be, but they did decide to go ahead and keep 4 for now. But we're definitely expecting they're probably going to put Howard on IR. You think?
I think so. I think they have to. This team doesn't keep 4 quarterbacks. I mean, they barely keep 4 quarterbacks. Once camp's ending, they're always down to 3. They always keep 3 typically. But I mean, either they're looking at Skylar Thompson as this is somebody who can really bring some value back in a trade. Maybe they can get a 5th round pick out of him. Maybe that's how they're looking at this thing. Maybe they're waiting on somebody to lose a quarterback due to injury, and he's going to be their trade piece. Gives them 4 weeks to kind of play around with this thing while they put Will Howard on IR. He can't come back, obviously, if they put him on IR. So I think that's probably the game plan, and just kind of see how Howard progresses through the practices. And if he doesn't, this could just be basically a redshirt year for Will Howard. So I think it's just an opportunity for the team to kind of keep the guys that they liked. And if Will Howard does something, that gives a really nice bargaining chip with Skylar Thompson.
Yeah, I thought that in the end they might still cut Thompson because it's preseason, and if this, look, he was amazing. I'm not going to take anything away from that kid, but at the same time, like, if he was really something this great, we wouldn't have been so not excited about him in the very beginning when they brought him on the team, right? So
Right.
like, it's one of those things where I thought, okay, the Steelers are probably going to cut him if Howard's almost ready. But as the third guy that on game day is going to be the emergency QB, I don't know. It's just something that I'm like, okay, fine. If they think that they really found something with him and or they really want to hold on to him, okay, that's fine. Howard going to IR, I'm fine with that. Like you said, redshirt year, cool, whatever. I was kind of like with Bob, where I thought maybe he would magically be ready to go for that third game and get to play, but it didn't happen. But yeah, no, again, everybody knows I love Will Howard. So I'm kind of happy they're figuring out a way to make this work with all of them. So that's fine with me. But I thought in the end they still would cut him. But they didn't.
I'll tell you what, Skylar Thompson he looked better and more comfortable in the system than Mason Rudolph did. I think he really fits the Arthur Smith system. The the Mason Rudolph contract is what really, I think, made this a tough decision, because if he didn't get paid what he got paid, I'd hate to say this, I think he got cut. And they'd have kept Skylar Thompson and Will Howard and just went with 3.
Maybe. I don't know. Like, I would almost think that because how much they're paying, that he would be close to getting cut for that reason, to save $4 million. I mean, you got to take into account, you got guys like Jacoby Myers out there now that won traded, but he wants to be paid. They're going to try to find ways to get down the freaking salary cap to be able to afford it, right? I mean, they already have 25 mil in cap space. I don't know what it would take, but like,
Yeah.
it makes you wonder. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Mason wasn't impressed with him this preseason after the first game. Howard was just leaps and bounds better. I mean, if you want to argue that Mason was out there against the ones, okay, but I think he faced a lot of twos as well. So
threw an interception against the 2s and 3s with it.
Right.
Carolina threw out there. So,
Right.
I don't know.
So I it's one of them things where, yeah, I don't know. I would have thought that there's a possibility, but with them, it's hard to tell. I saw a lot of people defend Mason as well. I'm just like, bro, just stop. But Tony's on.
Yep.
Anyway, Mason was getting cut as if Skyler ever got he didn't, so it was always Skyler versus Howard.
Well, they trust Mason too. I mean, let's be honest. Like, they've kept him in this organization for a long time. They brought him back because of the trust they know. And Mason's a fine backup quarterback in the NFL, but I just think Skylar Thompson looks more comfortable in the system. So I don't know. Me personally, I would prefer to see Skylar Thompson as the quarterback too. I know it's not going to happen, but I just, the way that the two look and the way Skylar can move, I just think he fits what Arthur Smith does better.
I just also like with Thompson, I mean, like, don't get me wrong, Rodgers in his day was a decent, he could get mobile if he needed to, but at 41 years old, if you make that, if something happens and you have to go to Thompson, that's kind of a different back out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, quarterback out there. So, because he's got legs, he can move and he can get out of that pocket. Like, that was the thing with him that impressed me the most, when he'd get out of the pocket and pressure was coming and he would find a way to find the open receiver. Like, that's when I was like, whoa, okay. Thompson's definitely playing better than I assumed that he would this preseason.
He did.
But yeah, so I see the point made. I really do. But I mean, Tony's right. It was always going to be Howard versus Thompson, and well, they're figuring out a way to right now keep all of them, and that's fine with me.
Yeah,
all right, you want to talk about running backs?
Running backs. All right, so they kept Kenneth Gainwell, Caleb Johnson, Jalen Warren. Not really any surprises there.
Right. Cut Sermon. We knew that was coming. I thought Sermon looked good in a little bit that we did see him. I thought Lou Nichols looked even better though. But to be like, I know Bob likes Sermon, and I don't have a problem with him, but I would love to see either one of him or Nichols make the practice squad. I don't think you would have both. I don't think that's going to happen.
I wouldn't think so.
But I'm really hoping Nichols can get on the practice squad. I don't know. Maybe I'm stupid, but the way he looked, dude, that really impressed the hell out of me. I don't know about you. I mean, I know your boy KJ. I know you have some bias towards him a little bit, but at the same time, bro, Lou Nichols looked fucking impressive.
Yeah, he was explosive. He was a different kind of a change of pace, more in the same style of Jalen Warren, to be honest with you. But I think he makes it to the practice squad pretty easily. I'd be shocked if Sermon makes it to the practice squad. Somebody is probably going to try to go after him with his experience.
Yeah, there's a couple guys I'm really worried are going to get snagged in general, but we'll get to that. What do you have next on your list?
Offensive line. All right, so this is kind of in the order that they've put it in here. This isn't starters or anything. Calvin Anderson, Spencer Anderson, Troy Falatanu, Zach Frazier, Broderick Jones, Ryan McCollum, despite the 14 penalties he had in the last game, Mason McCormick, Andres Pete, and Isaac Seumalo. Any surprises on this list?
I guess not. They cut Dylan Cook. Let's see who else they cut. And they cut Max Sherping. When I dropped my 15 last guys getting dropped, I had both of them getting dropped.
Yeah.
They like the Anderson boys. So,
they do.
And they like McCollum. In his defense, he did really well when he had to fill in. So
sure.
I'm not, now, mind you, like you said in the preseason, Jesus Christ, I don't know what the hell that was, but
ugly.
Yeah, it was bad. But they must have, overlooked it as just, his first game back or whatever, and that it is what it is. But yeah, no, nothing surprised me with that at all. Yeah, no, they got
maybe a little surprised Andres Pete he joins the team late and makes the roster over Dylan Cook. He's got more guard tackle versatility.
I guess
I think that saved him.
He had in his first game with the team. He just joined the team. He did not have a very good rating, but after that, I guess he did well enough for they were like, okay. I mean, like Bob's brought up, first round talent and all that.
Yeah.
I thought he was really, really old, but he's not as old as I thought he was. So I think they look at him as that insurance policy. I think they do in case anything happens to Fotanu or Broderick. I think that's the way they look at it. But
yeah, it was interesting. The Steelers' own website actually has him as the backup, one of the two backup tackles, not the backup guard.
Right, and that's why I'm saying that they have him as the backup tackle because we bring up guard, but they don't have him listed as that. But he played more of that in the games, though. So that's
more recently, yes. He was drafted as a tackle. He started his career as a tackle, but his success has come at guard.
So it's really strange. I don't know. Maybe they just think that he can do better at both positions than some of these other guys that they cut.
Yeah.
I guess.
So,
hopefully, here's the thing. Hopefully we don't got to find out.
Yes.
That's the way I look at it.
We're in big trouble if we have to find out. I don't trust Calvin Anderson. I don't trust Andres Pete.
Right.
I'm good if both tackles just stay healthy all year.
What'd you think of Dylan Cook? I thought they liked him. I thought he had a shot, but then when I thought about it, I was like,
He's been so weird. I mean, they used that like IR designation to return on him last year, and then like they brought him back off IR and then cut him the next day. Like that was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. And then they bring him back to the practice squad, and I'm like, why didn't you just like cut him to begin with instead of using an IR spot on him? And then now this year, he's got an opportunity to make the team. They obviously chose Pete over him, and maybe they're kind of getting tired of the Dylan Cook experiment here.
Last night when I was looking at this stuff to figure out who I think will be the last 15 cut, when I looked at that depth chart and I saw they automatically plugged Pete in front of him, I was like, that's not a good sign for him if automatically he's getting plugged there ahead of him. So that's when I thought, okay, he's probably gone. I got 11 out of my 15 right. Clearly there was one I didn't think that would get cut that did, but we'll get to that soon. All right, what's the next one you have on the list?
I got tight ends. I got Pat Fryermuth, Jonnu Smith, Darnell Washington, and they have Connor Hayward listed as tight end / fullback.
Me and Dave tried to tell Bob. We understand the rest of the NFL usually runs with 3. This is not your normal Pittsburgh Steelers. They love Connor Hayward, or they love to make Cam happy. We'll put it that way.
Pretty much.
So, dude, I mean, how are they going to run their 0-4 personnel without him, right?
Exactly.
So
exactly.
You got to have 4 tight ends to do that. So
if Arthur Smith could dress 5, that motherfucker would dress 5. Okay, he's going to run as many damn tight ends as he can get on this roster. He doesn't care.
Yeah, dude. I was not surprised. I knew that they would find a way. So, but and I'll say this too, though, in all honesty, and I've said this to Bob and Dave, like if they are going to run that 0-4 personnel, like in red zone, or if they're going to do stuff for mismatches, I'm fine with it. To be honest with you, Trent, I don't have a problem with it. Like if you're going to go ahead and do it, do it. If you want to be different, then be fucking different. Absolutely. And also, you want to have Connor Hayward line up at fullback, run a little I formation? I don't give a fuck. Do it. Do whatever it takes to be different. Don't be so goddamn predictable like we've been watching for how many years now. So I'm fine with it. As long as they make it work. So
yeah.
But
I'll say this. I think JJ Galbraith ends up on the practice squad as well.
Yep.
I think he's a candidate to end up there. And I wondered if he would he's small school guys, so you don't really see a lot of them playing college, but the measurables were there. And I'm like, if he shows up and he shows he's a true pass threat, maybe he bumps Connor off the roster if he learns special teams, but like he just he just never got it. He wasn't effective at all.
Is he the one they gave like more money to for a UDFA or something?
I don't
Can't if it
remember.
was him or not. I want to say it
Yeah.
was him. They gave him extra money, and it was like more money than they usually give a UDFA or ever or something like that. But yeah, like it just never. He never really did anything to impress me either. So I figured for sure he'd be. I mean, even.
Yeah.
I mean, what the fuck did Hayward do either, though? Now that I even think about it.
He's a really good special teams player. I mean, so like they're going to keep him around just for the special teams purpose alone. So,
All right. What's next?
we got wide receivers. All right. So again, in no particular order: Calvin Austin III, DK Metcalf, Scotty Miller makes the 53 this time. Ben Skowronek and Roman Wilson.
Yep. Literally the 5 I picked. Like they love Skowronek. He's such a great blocker. They just can't help themselves. Miller, I deserve to make it. I don't. And then Austin and Metcalf and Roman Wilson, I'm no surprise there at all. So, but
Right.
yeah, I mean, did you think they would keep 6?
I kind of wondered because of Aaron Rodgers and what he likes. I wondered if they would try to keep a 6th guy, but I still think there could end up being a 6th at some point. Deontay. Oh, God.
We can get to that in a second, too.
Oh, God.
By the way, I almost forgot the guys that got cut were Keyshawn Williams and Robert Woods is the other one.
Yeah, I've been saying since day one, Robert Woods was not making this team. Everybody kept talking about he's a veteran, blah, blah, blah. He can't run. I mean, the dude he's lost all of his athleticism. I mean, great. He's a great blocker.
Bro, he
Roman Wilson and Scotty Miller were blocking pretty fine. Like,
yeah,
and he was
out there against the threes and couldn't do anything. Nothing.
No, he was terrible.
It was like, bro, you're done. Like, yeah. So
he's cooked.
I forget what they gave him. Was it like 2 or 3 mil? I think it was. I'm not 100%.
Probably.
It's more than the vet minimum. So I'm like, yeah, that's an easy cut. Like I didn't think he'd make it. Johnson didn't make it. I think that was Bob's guy, if I remember correctly.
Johnson, I could see them trying to get him back to the practice squad too.
Yeah.
I think he had a pretty nice. I mean, his injury made these cuts easier.
Right.
But
so to answer Vaughn's question here, Deontay, do you do it?
Fuck no. Listen, half of the NFL has already had him in the last year and a half, and they've all cut him or traded him away. So, like,
bro, did he even play in the preseason? Like, did he even?
Not that I don't know. I don't remember seeing him or hearing about him at all.
I don't remember like hearing anything. Like, "Ooh, look at this play Deontay Johnson made." Like, I didn't hear shit.
Nope. He was basically non-existent for the entire preseason. Since he's left, he literally has been non-existent since he's left. He had one catch since he left. He's had like one catch basically. Is what
they
it feels
also
like.
asked him to play, and he said, "Nah, dog, I'm good.
I'm good. It's 45 degrees out. It's way too fucking cold for that shit.
Bro.
I'm not going in."
Cold, man.
Oh God, that was it for me. Now I'm out on Deontay. He had his turn.
But them only keeping 5. I think something's cooking.
They're still looking. They want to add to that room, I think.
I know that Kaboli had that tweet today, and it had Khan and exclamation big. I was like, oh, is a big move about to happen? And then nothing. It's like, thanks, boy. Thanks for giving all of us blue balls. Appreciate that.
Appreciate that.
Jesus Christ.
I'll answer this. At least $20 million a year. Because he was on that trajectory. I think he was on the trajectory to be paid $20 million a year.
Yeah, dude. He was, and he just shit it all away. Like, it's just nuts. Nuts. All right, what's next?
Switching to the defensive side of the football, we have defensive line, Keanu Benton, Y.A. Black, Daniel Ekuale, Derek Harmon, Cameron Hayward, Logan Lee, Isaiah Loudermilk, and Asizi Odumewu. I don't know how you say his name, but that's my best effort at it.
Okay. They cut DeMarvin Leal, who, well, you could go, edge or defensive line. He's listed as D line on here. They cut Dominic Davis, and I think that's all I've got. So, you surprised they went with 8? I'm not.
I think this goes back to they're trying to do more of a rotation. I think keeping 8 makes it more of a rotational based thing. Also, CZ could be a guy you cut if you do add to that wide receiver room and drop it down to 7. You could probably get away with that. But initially, I'm not surprised just because I feel like they're going to start limiting Cameron Hayward's. He's not going to play 80% of the snaps again this year like he's done in years past. I think they're going to go more rotationally based.
Yeah, like I'm not surprised for the fact that, like you said, they don't want Cam out there all the time. But also, you have 2 of your starting D linemen are not 100%. Harmon's not 100%, obviously. Right. Benton's just getting back. So I really think it's more of a they're just trying to cover their ass a little bit here at these guys coming back from injuries. And I think that's more about what this is.
Smitty agrees with you.
Week 1. Well, that's one thing we agree on. But yeah, I don't know. I was not surprised by it because, like I said, a couple of those guys are injured. Like you said, they're going to want to rotate with Cam. So, yeah. Look, that Automio, I'm probably butchering it too. I actually liked him in preseason. Like, I thought he had about 2 or 3 tackles a game. So he was getting in there. The one that I have not been impressed with him for a long time now is Loudermilk. Like, they just love the guy. And I don't know.
He mixed in with the starters and the backups. I think he played fine. He's obviously not a pass rush threat at all. He has 0 pass rush. I had to throw that one out
there. Thank you, Zach. I appreciate
it. I was actually pretty close on that, wasn't I?
Yeah,
I feel like I was close. Yeah. I feel like I was close. All right. I think Loudermilk played fine. I mean, he's obviously more of a run specialist than he is anything else. He provides 0 pass rush, but because I caught a lot of him when I was going through the Keanu Benton tape, and I thought he was fine. He made a couple plays. He held his ground. If he's a rotational guy, the way he played in preseason this year, I think was better than what he's done in years past. I'll just say that.
I guess. Yeah, but I could see once those guys are 100%, they're going to move on from at least one of them.
Sure.
Yeah,
I think so too.
They'll move on from at least one of them to clear a spot for whatever. But all right, what's next?
All right, we're going to go to the linebackers. We have Carson Bruner, Malik Harrison, Nick Herbig, Alex Highsmith, Cole Holcomb, Patrick Queen, TJ Watt, Jack Sawyer, and Peyton Wilson.
Yeah, got it cut was Iku Leota. Let's see who else. And that is all I have for the rest of them. So, Trey, I need to talk to you about Beanie's tape versus the Jags.
Smitty's already trying to cut deep here.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second.
We haven't got there, Smitty. Calm down.
I got like 12 minutes here, and then I gotta go. So, but anyways, he distracted me. Yeah, Bruner, I knew he was gonna make it, dude. Once I saw the 15 total tackles in preseason, next closest was Sebastian Castro with 11. I was like, yeah, Bruner's gonna make this team. Little special teams demon. I mean, that dude. The first game right off the rip, he had the first tackle, open field. Yep. I was like, damn. Okay. So, prizes for you?
No, I don't think so. I thought Bruner was going to make the team over Mark Robinson. I think they're over the Mark Robinson experiment. I think Bruner's got a lot more upside.
Right.
He runs better than Mark Robinson, has better coverage skills, which is obviously a huge issue for Robinson.
I put on my cut list last night, Leota be cut, but I also wasn't 100% sure either. But now that they did cut him, that just means that Herbig must be good to go, right?
I would think so. I would think so. That probably signals Herbig. They feel good about Herbig and Highsmith both being available week 1. Because I thought Leota, we talked a little bit about that last night. maybe they keep either Leota or Liao. I personally would have rather seen Leota, but yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I again, just like with the D line, I thought that they might keep 5 for insurance just in case. But I mean, again, you're talking about 2 guys that are coming back from injury, but they decided to risk that more, which is really strange to me because that pass rush is so important. Like I don't know why but all right. I mean, whatever. In a way, it's a good thing. That means Herbig is good to go.
I think so. Yeah.
You don't got to worry as much because he's the one. Because when they talked to Heisman's like, "Oh, I feel awesome. I'm playing." So it was like, "Oh, okay." But it was Herbig who made the comment, "I'm gonna try to be ready by week 1." It was like, ugh,
Right.
I don't like when he talks like that. So, yeah. As far as inside linebacker goes, everybody picked doesn't surprise me at all. It makes sense. Malik Harrison, I liked him actually. Out of all linebackers, this one I didn't talk about was him. At first, I thought he might be a cut candidate, but then when I got to see him, I was just like, no, that guy's actually not bad at all. I actually was kind of impressed by him.
He's solid. He can run.
When they first signed him, I wasn't for it. I was like, what? But now I'm okay with it.
Former Buckeye, buddy. Buckeyes know how to play. Just tell you.
Here we go.
This isn't Penn State.
All right.
All right. Anyway.
Damn,
DBs.
Shot at Penn State too. God damn. All right.
The DBs, this is where it gets kind of interesting. Brandon Eccles, Deshaun Elliott, Dante Kent, Miles Killebrew, Joey Porter Jr., Jalen Ramsey, Darius Slay, and Juan Thornhill. 2 big cuts, I felt.
Yeah. Cut was Chuck Clark, James Pierre. Obviously, Beanie Bishop was cut. Sebastian Castro. Yeah, dude, I really did think that Beanie Bishop was going to be a lock to make this team. I thought personally that he played well in the preseason. I think in the one game he had like 5-6 tackles, and I could see if they were all coverage tackles, meaning he was getting picked on, but it wasn't. Half them tackles were in open field when they were doing dump offs or trying to hit somebody in the flat, and he was making the open field tackle. And sometimes it was on 3rd down, he made the stop. He had a really nice pass defense. I saw maybe one time where he got ran over, and maybe one other time where he gave up a pass. But other than that, I thought he looked good. So, I don't know.
We went into this on the podcast yesterday, and I said it. I was going to be pissed if he got cut, and I am definitely pissed that Beanie Bishop got cut because I feel like you're kind of giving up on a guy who could be a contributor to your future. And I mean, he had 4 interceptions as a rookie. These kids just always around the ball. There's just something about him. I really like Beanie Bishop. To keep Dante Kent over him, who Kent didn't do anything, and like you could easily get Dante Kent to the practice squad. I'm not sure Beanie Bishop makes it to the practice squad. People are going to see his tape from last year and see potential in him.
Bro,
I don't know.
Interceptions than Ramsey, Slay, JPJ, Eccles. Anybody on the goddamn team, he has more interceptions than them. Like, dude, that's some production that you can't, it's pretty good. Like, you kind of want that. And look, I'm not saying that he should be over Eccles or any of the big 3. I'm not saying that at all. But holy fuck, we didn't even see Kent. We didn't even get to see him.
Yeah, that's the part that was confusing to me. Is that when you don't see a guy and then you're banking on him part of the 53-man roster. Did they just keep Kent because something might be happening with Calvin Austin? Like, do they just need a guy who can return punts? Because we have no one else on the roster that's going to return punts.
That's a good point. And look, if that's what it is, then fine. That makes sense. I can go with that. I'm not sitting here trying to say that Beanie Bishop should have been, one of the starting corners. I'm not trying to say that, but holy shit. You got a guy that's a UDFA rookie in his rookie year getting 4 interceptions. And here's the other thing. I'll say this too. Okay, he struggled some last season. Absolutely. How did it go for them when they made the switch to Cam Sutton?
Oh, yeah, they were terrible with Cam Sutton.
When they made the switch,
it definitely got worse.
How downhill did it go for that secondary? Went pretty fucking downhill. There were 0 turnovers coming from that guy. His cover skills were horrendous. He didn't communicate with his teammates. Beanie Bishop was 10 times better than Cam Sutton last year. Now, they upgraded, obviously. But the guy that obviously was better last year and had that many turnovers, you'd think would be a depth piece you want. And you could think long-term about this too. Next season, what if you lose Slay? What if he retires? What if you... There's so many things that can happen. You're telling me you don't give this guy a chance that in his rookie season played the way he did? Like it just doesn't make sense to me. Oh, and by the way, we're going to hold on to Trice. The guy can't get on the fucking field. And look, I think Trice, when healthy, could be a good corner. He really could, but he can't stay healthy. And when Terrell Austin even makes those comments that we think he's a good corner, but he's got to get on the field. To me, that I'm like, okay, they're going to cut this guy. And they're going to try to sneak him onto their practice squad. That's the way I read that. But no, you hang on to that too. And then Pierre, I mean, I thought they should cut Pierre.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, here's the other thing too. Pierre is a special teams guy, pretty good on special teams. Wouldn't you want to keep him over Trice too?
I mean, they might be trying to. They really could run Scotty Miller and Ben Skoranek as your 2 gunners now. They're 2 viable gunners, and I honestly I think Eccles is a guy who could probably run as a gunner too. I think he did a little bit of that in the preseason. So
oh, that makes sense.
Pierre, I was fine letting go. I didn't like him because too often guys get hurt and he ended up on the field. No, I get you. Yeah,
like a guy that's never there compared to a guy that you can have for special teams as the 5th guy. That's where I'm at with that. But if this Kent guy, he better fucking return kicks like he's the second coming of Devin fucking Hester or something. Like I'm telling you now, dude. There now.
To get rid of our Beanie Bishop right now.
Yeah, and Zach, yeah, I know. That's what's probably going to happen. Shocker. IR again for Trice. Weird. But yeah, I don't know. It's just frustrating for me. Like I thought Beanie did well enough to be on this team. But hey, look, if there's other reasons why, then I'll understand it. I will. Or if they go get another guy that just got cut or something that might be an upgrade too, that's fine too.
Yeah,
that's perfectly fine.
Well, let's be honest. When the cut down day happens, this 53 is not the 53 that shows up week 1. There's always going to be changes. You're going to find guys that get cut that you like better than guys on your roster. So, there's still movement that's going to happen. I think for me and you both, Beanie Bishop was one that kind of hit home because I believed in that kid. So, I don't know.
No, I watched this kid play at West Virginia. He was good. And then I thought he might get drafted, but didn't happen. I knew it'd be late. I kept my expectations realistic. But the Steelers ended up picking him up, and I was like, okay. And then what he did, it was like, oh my gosh, But I saw the struggles too. But I mean, my God, a UDFA rookie with doing what he did, really? But whatever. I was shocked when I looked it up and saw he had more turnovers than Ramsey. Then Slay had, I think, 1 or none last season. JPJ only had 1. So you got rid of what he brought up with what you said. Jack said 5 last season. Okay,
yes.
Beanie had 4. That's 9 compared to these other guys combined. Only had 3.
Yeah, so Beanie also had far less playing time.
Oh, great point.
Far less playing time. I mean, he basically. He didn't play hardly at all after Washington. That was just over the midway point of the season.
What Zach's saying is where I'm at. I think he is a decent slot defender that could get better. That's what I feel. And I also said this to Zach on Twitter. That's probably why he didn't make it is because of the special teams thing. That's what I think it boiled down to. And that's fine. That makes sense. I guess. I'll go there. But is that it? Is that all of it?
Specialists. I mean, Boswell, Kuntz, Kuntz makes it, and then Corliss Waitman over Cameron Johnston. Did you have a reaction to that one?
I couldn't believe it, to be honest. I was like, dude, they paid him Johnson's got a lot better. He's more accurate with his kicks, putting him inside the 20. But I mean, when you hear that Waitman's average punt hang time was number 1 in preseason, I think that and his average kick was longer too, by the way.
Sure.
And I'm not sure where they were at on the field had something to do with that. So it's one of those things where when Dave brought it up, I was like, "You're crazy, dude." But then I joked that, well, they save more money, but so I don't know what the factor into that was. Just the fact that they just felt that Waitman just might be better for them. I'm also hearing the Saints reached out wanting to trade for him.
Yeah.
And I'm
I'd have made that trade in a heartbeat.
What's he saying now? Zach. If you guys remember that second interception that smacked off Garrel's helmet and came back to him, I'm not saying interceptions aren't important, obviously, just they can be fickle. Absolutely.
Well, sure.
But he's
Don't
also
take Jackson.
talented.
4 of his 5 interceptions were just overthrows that hit him in the hands. I mean, he did make a play on the ball.
The thing for me is that he's talented enough to make those catches bouncing off people. I mean, some of his catches he made for interceptions was, holy shit, that was actually really impressive. I mean, you could argue in that Jets game, if not for his 2 turnovers, if I remember correctly, that was what was crucial in us taking them to the woodshed that second half, right?
Yeah, and gave great field position back on the second one.
All right. I hate to rush this, but I got to. Is there anything else? Is there anything else you can think of?
That was it. That's all we had for the 53. So that was our Snap Emergency Reaction podcast.
Yep. Sorry, guys, I do longer, but I got to go to work. But I had to get that off my chest. I just don't get it. But when you think about it, I guess it does make some kind of sense. I guess I'll agree to some of it. But all right, Trent, if you got nothing else, brother, everybody, thanks for watching. If you like what you're seeing, please subscribe. The subscriptions are really important for us. Appreciate it. Take care, guys. We're out.
Ain't nothing over till it's over.
Was that from the 80s?
It's probably the 70s.
This is disappointing as hell.
Now what the fuck are we supposed to do?
Yo, come back now, you hear?
Probably worth the Google.
Saw that coming.